And a good Wednesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Deron Butler. Welcome to another edition of the Heat Zone. It's Game 8 for the Miami Heat as they look to cap off their West Coast trip in the Mile High City against a very tough team that Miami hasn't won against that much or often, having lost to them 8 of the last 9 meetings. And of course, I am talking about the Denver Nuggets, led by Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Christian Braun. And of course, Aaron Gordon. So this team is going to be a challenge for the Heat. Of course, they've always had the Heat's number. So we should expect not only another high-scoring game, but the Miami Heat to utilize and dictate their pace and tempo. So this one should be a fun matchup, and hopefully the Heat come out on top for this one. So the players are still warming up, and we should see the player introductions very soon. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We should have the starting lineups right away. I think the key matchups for Miami is going to be Bam and possibly Kel'el Ware going up against Nikola Jokic. That's always going to be a big battle in the paint, especially when Jokic is very skilled. The fundamentals are on point. Can rebound, can assist, possibly block some shots. In a way, he kind of reminds me of Tim Duncan. Not flashy, but does enough to become effective for his team. So Nikola Jokic is like Tim Duncan, but with the three-point shooting of Dirk Nowitzki. In a way, that combination is lethal. So hopefully Bam and Kel'el Ware, whenever he's on the floor, will have to find a way to use their combined length and strength to slow down the Joker. Hopefully. All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Live from Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado, the Miami Heat. They face a tough task up against a team that they're familiar with and have lost to 8 of the 9 times, the Denver Nuggets. Our starting lineup: Nikola Jokic at center, Aaron Gordon and Cam Johnson in the front court, Christian Brown and Jamal Murray in the backcourt. And for the Miami Heat, Davion Mitchell and Norman Powell at the backcourt. Bam commanding the center, and joining him in the front court are Andrew Wiggins and Pele Larson. So this one should be a very interesting, high-scoring game. I see Miami going a little bit small ball. Going small ball against a very big Denver Nuggets team. Alright, so we got player introduction. Alright, here we go for the opening tip. Players still getting friendly. Players still getting friendly with each other. Okay, here we go for the opening tip. And the Heat will win the tip. Davion Mitchell bringing it up to the floor. Gives it to Wiggins. To Norman Powell. Powell being guarded by Brown. That's a three. Go Norman Powell Ranger. That's a three from Miami to get themselves on the board. And here come the Nuggets now. They give it to Jokic, to Aaron Gordon, and Aaron Gordon gets the uncontested layup to get the Nuggets on the board. Here comes Bam, gives it to Davion Mitchell. Wiggins backed out to Davion Mitchell. To Bam. Bam makes the jumper. The Heat are up by 3. And here comes Jamal Murray. Gives it to Jokic. Jokic being guarded by Bam. Here comes Jamal Murray. Misses the layup, and here comes the Heat. Davion Mitchell gives it to Bam. Bam, corner 3. He misses. And here come the Nuggets now. Jamal Murray has it. Gives it to Jokic. And that's an easy layup for Jokic. The Nuggets are within 1. Davion Mitchell now has it for Miami. Gives it to Wiggins. Wiggins gets the basket. The Heat are up by 3. Here comes Nikola Jokic. Gives it to Christian Brown. Brown gives it to Murray. Murray to Jokic. Back to Brown. Jokic, corner. That's an uncontested 3, and the game is tied at 7. And a 3 in return from Go Norman Powell Ranger. Miami lead by 3. Jamal Murray now gives it to Aaron Gordon. To Jokic. Bam knocks the ball loose, but Jokic recovers. Here comes Jamal Murray, and he gets the layup. The Nuggets are within 1. And it's stolen away by Denver. They got numbers, and that's going to be a foul on Miami. Foul's on Pele Larson, who's down. Like, Larson is clutching his face, or his head rather. He's still on the floor. Well, he's setting up right now. Larson's being helped up. So hopefully no injuries. Oof. Took it right to the face. Took an elbow from Cam Johnson to the face. That's a nasty shot right there. Cam Johnson to the line for the Nuggets. He makes the first, and that ties the game at 10. And he can't connect with the second. Here comes Norman Powell, gives it to Wiggins. Wiggins is double teamed. Out to Davion Mitchell, to Larson. Larson to Bam. Bam misses the shot. And it's rebound by Denver. Here comes Cam Johnson. Aaron Gordon, corner 3. He misses. Rebound by Davion Mitchell. Miami pushing up ahead. They give it to Bam. Bam was looking for the foul, but doesn't get it. Here comes Denver now. Aaron Gordon drives to the lane, and he gets the layup. The Nuggets take the lead for the first time. Denver are scoring in the paint 8 points to 0. Here comes Larson. Larson drives in and gets fouled. Aaron Gordon loves to attack to the rim. No wonder he's such a force. Former slam dunk champion too. L.A. Larson at the line. He makes the first, and that brings Miami within 1. He makes both free throws, so we're tied at 12. Right, Denver now swinging the ball. Jamal Murray, that's a 3. Rebound by Christian Braun. Here comes Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon picked up by Wiggins. Aaron Gordon with a shot, misses it. Jamal Murray, no go. Here comes Bam, pushing it up to the floor. Gives it to Norman Powell. That's a 3. That's a miss. And I think that's going to be a foul on Cam Johnson, and even he doesn't believe it. Yeah, kind of reached over Bam, trying to block that shot, and then put some skin on Norman Powell as he's going for the 3. So Norman Powell will go to the line for 3 free throws. He makes the first, and that's Cam Johnson's second foul of the game tonight. He does not look happy about it. Norman Powell makes the second. And Norman Powell makes all 3 to give the Heat the lead. And as I always say, you don't foul a player when they're going for the 3. All right, Denver swinging the ball around. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Jamal Murray gets the layup, and that brings Denver within 1. Here comes Miami now, pushing it up the floor. To Wiggins, that's a 3. And Andrew Chief Wiggins, 3 from Miami. The Heat go up by 4. Aaron Gordon now being guarded by Wiggins. Denver loses the ball, but it was last touched by Miami. It will remain Nuggets ball. All right, Christian Braun gives it to Jokic. Jokic being guarded by Bam. Jokic gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Jokic makes the first. And he makes both free throws. So the Nuggets are within 2. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Gives it to Larson. Larson runs the baseline for the reverse layup, and he gets it. The Heat are back up by 4. Here comes Jamal Murray now. Murray being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Jokic now being guarded by Bam. Here comes Christian Braun. Gives it to Gordon. Back to Brown. And Christian Braun gets the layup. Nice play by Denver. They trail by 2. Bam with the 3. He misses it. Rebound by Jokic. And here comes Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray flying to the lane. Gives it to Christian Braun. Back out to Jokic. Jokic guarded by Larson. Cam Johnson, uncontested 3. He misses it. And that's out of bounds on Denver. The Heat will call timeout as they lead 20-18. And we are back. Score is 20-18 Miami. Miami so far, they look impressive. But so does the Nuggets. So let's see what happens throughout the rest of the first quarter. Right now, the Heat's offense is looking very sharp, especially with the pace. Let's see how, but knowing Denver, this is a very crafty, very tricky team. All right, the Heat will have possession of the ball. Davion Mitchell bringing it up. Davion Mitchell gives it a. That's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a foul on Denver, and it is. 3 fouls for Denver, 2 on Miami. Tim Hardaway Jr. with that last foul. Of course, Tim Hardaway Jr., son of Heat legend and Hall of Famer Tim Hardaway Sr. Looks like that's another foul on Denver. This one's going to be on Christian Braun. And it looks like he was fouled. Norman Powell, he's going for the 3. So Norman Powell returns to the line for Miami. Powell makes the first. And Powell makes the second. Okay, so it's 2 free throws. Miami are by 4. Here comes Christian Braun, being guarded by Larson. Gives it to Gordon. Here comes Aaron Gordon. To the lane. And he gets fouled. Aaron Gordon will go to the line for 2 free throws. Looks like there's some argument going on between the referee, and it looks like the Nuggets want to review or challenge rather. And the Nuggets are going to challenge the last play. So it's 22-18 Miami. Coach Eric Spoelstra is fired up, and I don't blame him. Okay, we are back. Score is still 22-18 Miami. And after the coach's challenge, Denver will go to the free throw line. Yeah, because apparently Aaron Gordon got fouled. Not sure from either Bam or Wiggins. It could be both of them. Aaron Gordon goes to the line for Denver. He makes the first. Makes both free throws. So the Nuggets are within 2 now. Alright, here come Miami. Powell swings it to Larson. Gives it to Wiggins. Wiggins being guarded by Gordon. Pele Larson. That's a miss. And it's rebound by Denver. Aaron Gordon now has it. Being guarded by Wiggins. They give it to Jokic. Jokic being guarded by Bam. They give it to Tim Hardaway Jr. That's a three. Tim Hardaway Jr. misses it. Rebound by Christian Braun. They give it to Cam Johnson. Back out to Jokic. And it's broken up by Miami. Nice heads-up play on defense. And then Davion Mitchell gets a layup. And the Heat are up by 4. Cam Johnson now gets the breakaway. Misses the layup. No foul called. Here comes Miami. Davion Mitchell gives it to Larson. Miami swinging the ball around. That's a three. Go, go, Norman Powell Ranger. That is a three for Miami. Another three. And the Heat go up by 7. Cam Johnson now. Gives it to Jokic. Jokic being guarded by Bam. Here comes Tim Hardaway Jr. And he gets the basket. The Nuggets trail by 5. Here comes Larson, being guarded by Cam Johnson. Larson drives to the lane. Loses the ball. And here comes Denver. Christian Braun gives it to Jokic for the uncontested dunk. Nuggets trail by 3. Davion Mitchell now, guarded by Christian Braun, gets fouled, and Christian Braun does not look happy about that call. But again, nice heads-up play from Braun to Jokic. I thought it was going to be an alley-oop. But again, nice heads-up play from Denver. Davion Mitchell now at the line. He misses the first. Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Nikola Jovic and Kel'el Ware are coming into the game for Miami. This one should be very interesting, as I said. Nikola Jokic and Nikola Jovic, 2 of Serbia's finest basketball players, going very familiar with each other, and they are going up against each other tonight. And Davion Mitchell knocks down the second free throw. So the Heat are up by 4. Here comes Jokic, being guarded by Kel'el Ware. An easy give and go for the Nuggets. They're trailing by 2. Jaime Jaquez. Oh, that's going to be a foul. Another costly foul on Denver. Jokic finding Bruce Brown for a good layup. Bruce Brown returning back to the Denver Nuggets after Kel'el Ware gets the first free throw, and the Heat are up by 3. Christian Braun will take a seat for Denver. Kel'el Ware misses the second free throw. Here comes Denver now. Jamal Murray. That's a 3. That's a miss. And here comes the Heat now. Jaime Jaquez Jr. gives it to Jovic. Here comes Nico. Gives it to Kel'el Ware. 3 on the way. That's a miss. Rebound by Denver. They give it to Bruce Brown. To the Joker. Joker being guarded by Kel'el Ware. That's a 3. That's miss. Rebound by Denver. Jokic gets the uncontested layup. Kel'el Ware overcommitted as the Nuggets trail by 1. Here comes Drew Smith, being guarded by Tim Hardaway Jr. Miami swinging the ball around. They give it to Jovic. Jovic misses the three. And Denver comes up with a loose ball. Denver looking to retake the lead. Stolen away by Kel'el Ware. Nice heads up play on defense. Here comes Jaquez. Gives it to Drew Smith. Drew, a three. Bad decision making right there. Here comes Jamal Murray. Gives it to Jokic. Jokic looking to give Denver the lead. Nope. Okay, back to Jokic again. Looking to give Denver the lead. That's another miss. Here comes Jovic. Jovic loses the ball. Out of bounds, and it will be Denver's ball. Simone Fontecchio enters the game for Miami. And here comes Jamal Murray now, streaking up ahead in a hurry. Misses the layup, and he gets fouled. Jamal Murray will go to the line for 2 free throws. Jonas Valanciunas enters the game for the Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic will take a seat. Jamal Murray makes the first, and we're tied at 29. And Jamal Murray knocks down the second to give Denver the lead. Here comes Jaquez. Jaquez flies in and gets the layup. And Miami goes back up by 1. Bruce Brown brings it up to the floor for Denver. Gives it to Jamal Murray. Back out to Bruce Brown. That's a 3. That's a miss. Here comes Tim Hardaway Jr. And he knocks down the 3. And the Nuggets go up by 2. Jaquez gives it to Kel'el Ware. Back out to Jaquez. Now Drew Smith, that's a 3. And that will be out of bounds on Miami. It will be Denver ball. Jamal Murray now has it. Denver on a 13-4 run right now. Jamal Murray now has it. Valanciunas sets a screen. That's a 3. And that will be a miss. Rebound by Miami. Jaquez in a hurry. And Jaquez gets the basket. We're all tied at 33. And here we go with Jamal Murray being guarded by Drew Smith. Gives it to Julian Strawther. To Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas misses the basket. And that's a, yep, of course. There's our first, of course, of the night, or the season. A 3 from Tim Hardaway Jr. At the end of the first quarter, the score is 36-33, Denver. And we are back to start the second quarter. Nuggets lead 36-33. And here comes Jamal Murray being guarded by Drew Smith. Tim Hardaway Jr. That's a no-go for Denver. Miami recovers the ball, but no, it's going to be a foul on the Heat. All right, Valanciunas gives it to Tim Hardaway Jr. Jamal Murray has it. Julius Rother gets a shot blocked. Recovered by Denver. Bruce Brown misses it. Jamal Murray. He misses the basket. I think that's going to be another foul on Miami. Very physical play in the paint between Jonas Valanciunas and Kel'el Ware. Referees are talking it over. So it will be 2 free throws for Jonas Valanciunas. Valanciunas makes the first. And he makes both free throws. Denver leads by 5. Drew Smith now gives it to Nikola Jovic. Here comes Jovic. To Drew Smith. Almost a turnover. Fontecchio. That's a miss. And here comes Julius Rother. Gives it to Jamal Murray. To Valanciunas. That's a 3 from Tim Hardaway Jr. and that's another backbreaker 3 from Tim Hardaway Jr. The Nuggets lead by 8. The 3 on the way for Miami, no go. So far, Denver has scored 15 bench points to Miami's 3, and there goes Julius Rother. Tim Hardaway Jr. to Valanciunas, that's a 3. That's a miss. Rebound by Kel'el Ware. Here comes Jovic to Kel'el Ware. Here comes Simone Fontecchio. Fontecchio misses the layup. And here comes Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray loses the ball, but recovered by Bruce Brown. Valanciunas being guarded by Kel'el Ware. It was last touched by Ware, so it will be back with the Denver Nuggets. And that is a shot clock violation on the Nuggets, so it will be Heat ball. Hawkes now has the ball. Gives it to Jovic. Drew Smith to 3. And he knocked it down. Drew Hill-Smith brings the Heat within 5. Jamal Murray now bringing it up for Denver. Being guarded by Fontecchio. To Hardaway Jr., that's a 3. That's a miss. Rebound by Kel'el Ware. And here comes Jaquez. Jaquez looking to drive it in. And he does. The Heat trail by 3 now. Jamal Murray bringing it up. Being guarded by Drew Smith. Tim Hardaway Jr. Back to Jamal Murray. Murray guarded by Drew Smith. Loses the ball, and here comes the Heat. Jovic now. And he gets fouled by Tim Hardaway Jr. Good heads-up play on defense. Miami with 2 fouls in this quarter to Denver's 1. So we see Nikola Jovic will go to the line for 2 free throws. I think we may have another coach's challenge on our hands. Or rather, I see Drew Smith being taken care of. Little minor injury. All right, so Jovic is back to the line. Nikola Jovic makes the first. And Jovic makes both free throws. The Heat are within 1. And it's knocked away loose. Miami recovers the ball. Hawkins gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Miami is getting it done on defense right now. That's 2 fouls each for both Miami and Denver. Nice heads-up play from Drew Smith to break up the pass, and a recovery by Jovic to give it to Jaquez. That was a good hustle play. As Jaquez goes to the line and makes the first, we'll have a tied game at 41. And Jaquez gives Miami the lead. Here comes Bruce Brown. Miami on a 9-0 run. Give it to Tim Hardaway Jr. To Murray. Back out to Tim Hardaway Jr. Here comes Jamal Murray. Valanciunas. And he gets fouled. So Jonas Valanciunas will go to the line for 2 free throws. So now it's 3 fouls for Miami and 2 for Denver. Valanciunas makes the first, and we're all tied at 42. and Valanciunas makes both free throws. Denver retakes the lead. Drew Smith now bringing it up. Gives it to Hawkes. Hawkes to Drew Smith. Drew Smith swinging around. Gives it to Keshad Johnson. To Drew Smith. To Jovic. I'm sorry, Montecchio. There's Jovic. That's three. And Jovic knocks it down. Nikola JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Jovic, 3 for Miami as Denver calls timeout. Score is 45-43, Miami. And we are back. Score is 45-43, Miami Heat. Bruce Brown checks into the game for Denver. Here we go. Christian Braun's back into the game, so it's Nikola Jokic. All right, here comes Jamal Murray. Nuggets headed side out, being guarded by Drew Smith. Jokic now being guarded by Keshad Johnson. Aaron Gordon, and he gets the layup, and he will go to the line for the and one. So now that's 5 fouls for Miami. So the Nuggets will be in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Nikola Jovic will come out of the game for Miami. Norman Powell is back in. Aaron Gordon knocks down the and one to get the Nuggets the lead. Here comes Drew Smith. It's a three on the way from Keshad Johnson. That's a miss. Rebound by Aaron Gordon. Here comes Bruce Brown. It's knocked away by Miami, but Jokic. Oh, ball is loose, and Miami now has it. Here comes Hawkins. Hawkins gets the basket, and the Heat go up by 1. Here comes Jamal Murray. Murray gives it to Brown, to Jokic. Jokic being guarded by Keshad Johnson. And that's an easy layup for Nikola Jokic. And it's stolen away by Jamal Murray. Here comes Aaron Gordon. And he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul is on Jaime Jaquez Jr. Yeah, this was a very sloppy pass by Jaquez. I mean, he should have known that Jamal Murray was in the area. Aaron Gordon misses the first. And he makes a second. So it's a 2-point game for Denver. Here comes Davion Mitchell. To Norman Powell. To Wiggins. To Keshad Johnson. To Hawkins. Here comes Hawkins. Gives it to Norman Powell. Powell with the basket. He misses. Rebound by Jokic. Gives it to Christian Brown, back out to Jokic. Jokic being guarded. Christian Brown, back out to Jokic again. Nikola Jokic gets another easy layup, and the Nuggets go up by 4. Jokic now with 15 points and 2 rebounds and 5 assists. Wiggins gets the basket, plus the and-1. Foul was on Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown's looking like, that wasn't me. Again, Miami still in this one. But they need some more defensive stops. Wiggins so far with 7 points off 3 for 3 shooting from the field, plus 1 3-pointer. And Wiggins knocks down the and-1. So the Heat are within 1. Nikola Jokic has it. They give it to Bruce Brown. Swings it out to Cam Johnson. To Aaron Gordon, that's 3. And Aaron Gordon knocks it down. The Nuggets go up by 4. And here comes Davion Mitchell. Ooh, over the hands of Kel'el Ware. Or off the hands of Kel'el Ware. So that's another turnover for Miami. Aaron Gordon in this one with 13 points, 2 rebounds, going 1 for 2 from 3-point land. That's a missed 3. Rebound by Cam Johnson. And a rebound for Pele Larson. Miami now looking to come back into this one. And a foul, another foul on Bruce Brown. Norman Powell will go to the line for 2 free throws. Norman Powell now with 14 points off 3 for 3 shooting from the field. Powell makes the first. And he makes both free throws. So the Heat are within 2. Here comes Jokic now. Gives it to Aaron Gordon. And it's stolen, and it's broken up and stolen away by Miami. Larson blocked by Christian Brown. Should have waited for more people. And there's a 3 from Bruce Brown. That's a miss. Recovered by Jokic. Knocked away by Miami. Here come the Heat now. Here comes Norman Powell. That's a 3. That's a miss. Ooh. Christian Brown. And he will go to the line for the M1. The Heat should not be rushing their The Heat should not be rushing their offense right now. Not against Denver, no. And those costly errors will come back to haunt them. So we got ourselves a timeout. The Nuggets lead 56-52. And we are back in this one. Score is 56-52 Denver. Denver is still having their way in this one. Christian Brown now at the line. And he makes the M1 to give Denver a 5-point lead. And there's a 3. And that's good night, off night, Davion Mitchell to bring the Heat within 2. Christian Brown now has it. To Cam Johnson. Back out to Brown. Cam Johnson, uncontested three. He misses it. Rebound by Wiggins. Gives it to Norman Powell. Powell almost loses the ball. He does lose the ball. Rebound by Aaron Gordon. And here come the Nuggets. They give it to Aaron Gordon with the uncontested layup. Score is 59-55, Denver. Aaron Gordon with 15 points in this one. Here comes Wiggins. Flies through, and he gets the layup. Plus the M1. Miami are still fighting in this one. Miami are still fighting in this one. Andrew Wiggins now with 10 points off a 4-for-4 shooting, plus 1 3-pointer. And Andrew Wiggins misses the and one opportunity. Here come the Nuggets now. They give it to Aaron Gordon. They give it to Cam Johnson. Jokic now. Alley-oop to Aaron Gordon. And the Nuggets are back up by 4. All right, Miami now. Andrew Wiggins at 3. That's a bad miss. Comes Jokic. Cam Johnson. And Cam Johnson brings up a 3, and now the Nuggets lead by 7. Norman Powell misses that 3. And here comes Christian Brown. He give it to Jamal Murray. All right, Denver swinging the ball around. Give it to Cam Johnson. And Nikola Jokic. He tips it in, and that's a 9-point game for Denver. Kel'el Ware, that's a 3. Now, why would he go and make that? That leads to an uncontested dunk for Nikola Jokic. And the Nuggets lead by 11. Already making bad plays. Denver on an 11-2 run. Kel'el Ware brings it down. Gives it to Davion Mitchell. To Wiggins. Kel'el Ware, that's a 3. And Kel'el Ware knocks it down. The Heat are trailing by 8. Christian Brown swings it out to Jamal Murray. Back out to Brown, that's a 3. That's a miss. And here come the Heat now. Looking to That's another 3 on the way. That's a miss. Oh my goodness, Miami. Nikola Jokic. He misses that corner 3. And here comes the Heat now. Davion Mitchell being guarded by Christian Brown. Gives this to Norman Powell. Norman Powell gets his shot blocked. Here comes Cam Johnson. Aaron Gordon. Christian Brown for the 3. And he misses it. So at halftime, the score is 68-60. Denver. I told you guys this was going to be a tough game for Miami coming into a place like Denver. The last time the Heat beat Denver, that was back in 2020. So far, they have not won at all since then. But Again, costly turnovers, errant passes, mismatches on both ends of the floor have not helped Miami. And then you kind of look at what the Denver Nuggets are doing, like effortless accurate passes, Nikola Jokic being Nikola Jokic. And the Miami Heat are not winning the offensive rebounding game. That's the one thing they need to work on more heading into the second half. So far, I think Denver is beating Miami in the rebounding game. That's part of the reason why the Nuggets have the lead right now. So if Miami can find a way to get more rebounds and get to the free throw line more often while dictating and controlling their own pace, I think we're going to be in for a very interesting second half. So we'll be right back for the third quarter. And we are back. Ready for the third quarter. Nuggets lead 68-60. And there's Aaron Gordon with the uncontested. And he will go to the line for the and one. Miami is looking very sloppy right now. Nikola Jokic finding Gordon for that basket. Aaron Gordon makes the and one. So that will bring the Nuggets up by 11. Here comes Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins gets the layup. Right. Christian Brown now being guarded by Kel'el Ware. That's a three for Cam Johnson, and that goes in. So now it's a 12-point game for Denver. Here comes Kel'el Ware, and he gets the basket over Nikola Jokic. Miami trailing by 10. And here comes Nikola Jokic, and he gets fouled. Foul is on Kel'el Ware. Nikola Jokic goes to the line. He makes the first. And he makes both free throws. So the Nuggets lead by 12. Ball is knocked loose, and here comes Denver. Christian Brown going coast to coast for that layup. Nuggets now lead by 14. And that's a good layup for Norman Powell. The Heat trail by 12. And I was informed that Bam Adebayo exited the game with a foot injury. So this is really going to be a tough challenge for Miami, as Christian Brown makes the uncontested layup, and the Heat will call timeout. Score is 80-66, Denver. And we are back. The Nuggets are leading in this one. The Heat does not look like they are bringing any kind of defensive intensity or prowess in this one. Here comes Pele Larson, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Larson makes the first. And Larson makes both free throws. Here come the Nuggets now. They give it to Jokic. An easy layup for Cam Johnson. The Nuggets lead by 14. Here comes the Miami Heat. And that's a nice layup for Andrew Wiggins. All right, here comes Jamal Murray. Ball's knocked loose, and here come the Heat. They got numbers. It's Wiggins, 3. And Wiggins knocks it down. So the Miami Heat are now trailing by 9. Andrew Wiggins with 17 points off 2 for 3 shooting from 3-point land. Here comes Jamal Murray. Gives it to Cam Johnson. Jokic. That's an uncontested 3. He misses. Here comes Miami now. Pele Larson. Pele Larson almost loses the ball. They give it to Kel'el Ware. Gives it to Davion Mitchell. To Kel'el Ware. And Kel'el Ware gets the basket. And the Heat are on a 9-2 run as Denver calls timeout. Score is 82-75 Denver. Alright, so we are back. The Heat are trying to crawl. The Heat are trying to crawl the way back into this one. The Nuggets still have the lead. Alright, here comes the Nuggets now. They give it to Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon with a fadeaway. He misses. Rebound by Miami. Here comes Davion Mitchell now. And he gets a layup. The Heat trail by 5 in this one. Jokic brings it up to 4. Guarded by Kel'el Ware. They give it to Jamal Murray. It's a 3, and that's good. The Nuggets are up by 8. Here comes Miami now. Norman Powell gives it to Davion Mitchell. To Wiggins. Here comes Wiggins. And Wiggins misses the layup. Here comes Christian Braun. And Aaron Gordon with the putback. And the Nuggets are back up by 10. Here comes Kel'el Ware. Gives it to Larson. That's a 3 from Larson. And that's a miss. Here comes Christian Braun again. Nikola Jokic already with a double-double. And that's another basket for Jokic. 89-77 Denver. The Nuggets lead by 12. Here comes Davion Mitchell. To Larson. To Powell. Powell was looking for the foul, but he doesn't get it. Here comes Jamal Murray bringing out the ball for Denver. Jamal Murray now. And he gets the basket. So far, this has been a tough outing for Miami. Timeout for Miami. Denver leads 91-77. Right now, Nikola Jokic with a double-double of 23 points, 12 rebounds. Miami doesn't seem to have any answers for the Nuggets so far. Jamal Murray goes to the line. And he makes the M1. So score is 92-77 Miami. Denver so far, Denver have been on a 10-0 run, erasing Miami's run of their own. Nikola Jokic with a triple-double, 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists. And that's a 3 for Miami. Andrew Wiggins knocks it down. And the Heat are within 12. Right, here comes Denver now. They give it to Jokic. That's a 3 from Aaron Gordon. That's a miss. Rebound by Kel'el Ware. Here comes Miami now. Wiggins guarded by Jamal Murray. Wiggins misses the layup, and it's the rebound recovered by Denver. Here comes Jamal Murray. He misses it. Rebound by Pelle Larsson. Gives it to Davion Mitchell. Here comes Davion Mitchell. And he knocks down the basket. And the Heat are within 10. Miami needs to hunker down on both ends of the floor. Where gives it to Jamal Murray. Murray misses the basket. Rebound by Kel'el Ware. Here comes Norman Powell now, being guarded by Jokic. Gives it to Wiggins. Davion Mitchell. And that alley-oop is broken up by Jokic. Bad decision making once again. And there's a three from Cam Johnson. That's a miss. Rebound by I think that might be a foul on Kel'el Ware. That could be a foul on. I'm not sure who the foul was on. Jamal Murray will take a seat for the Denver Nuggets. Tim Hardaway Jr. will bring it in. So it will be Denver ball. 4 fouls for Denver and 4 fouls, for Miami, 1 on Denver. The Nuggets missed that 3 ball. Here comes Norman Powell, misses it, but it will be Heat ball. And we got ourselves a timeout for both teams. Or it could be a challenge. Oh, that looked like it was last touched by Hawkes. That's definitely the last touch by Hawkes. Yeah, we definitely have a coaching challenge on our hands. Now that was last touch by Hawkes, so that should be Denver ball. So let's see what the coaches. Let's see what the referees have to say for this one. Because from that replay, Hawkes last touched it. So we should be going the other way with Denver having the ball in their possession. So again, last touch by Hawkes. Hawkes touched it last. And it goes right off of Denver. It goes right off of Denver, and it will be Heat ball. The Heat catch a break on that one. So let's see if they can capitalize. They give it to Kel'el Ware, to Hawkes. to Jovic. Jovic. And he misses the basket. Rebound by Watson. Watson with a spin. Here comes Watson down the lane. And he gets fouled. Watson will go to the line for 2 free throws. Peyton Watson going to the line for 2 free throws. Peyton Watson makes the first. And he makes both free throws. The Nuggets lead by 12. Fontecchio misses the basket, but is recovered by Kel'el Ware. Swings it out to Jovic. To Fontecchio. Fontecchio gives it to Jaquez. Jaquez with the turnaround jumper to get the Heat within 10. Here comes Jokic now, being guarded by Jovic. Jokic uncontested. And that is too easy for Nikola Jokic. That is too easy for Nikola Jokic. Can't leave him open like that. And stolen away by Denver. Here comes Christian Braun. Gives it to Cam Johnson. Knocked loose by Miami. But it will be Nuggets ball still. And here come the Nuggets now. Tim Hardaway Jr. gives it to Christian Braun. To Jokic. Jokic give it to Brown. Brown misses the layup. Rebound by Kashad Johnson. Miami are playing small ball right now. And Drew Smith misses the layup. Here comes Denver now. Tim Hardaway Jr. gets the layup. The Nuggets right now have a 15-point lead. Drew Smith now being guarded by Tim Hardaway Jr. Miami swinging the ball around. That's a 3. That's a miss. Rebound by Drew Smith. Miami has another chance. Drew Smith being heavily guarded. Nowhere to go. Gives it to Jokic. And that's an air ball. Air ball and a 24-second violation on Miami. It will be Denver's ball. Here comes Christian Braun. Gives it to Bruce Brown. Back out to Christian Braun. To Jokic. Jokic. The alley-oop is... Peyton Watson misses the alley-oop, but that's going to be a foul on Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson missing that alley-oop. Here comes Jovic. Jaquez almost loses the ball. And that was out of bounds on Miami. Miami's getting very sloppy and very careless right now. Jokic passes it to Tim Hardaway Jr. And that's a traveling violation on Denver, so it will be Heat ball. And right, corner three for Miami. That's a miss. And it's rebounded by Denver. Peyton Watson gives it to Jokic. Stolen away by Miami. Hawkins stop, pop three, misses. Rebound by Fontecchio, gets his shot blocked. And here comes Bruce Brown. Gives it to Christian Brown. That's a miss. And Jokic recovers the loose ball. Miami is still trying to go all in with his defense. It's stolen away by Miami. Drew Smith gets the uncontested layup, and it's good. Nuggets lead by 13. Tim Hardaway Jr. Nikola Jokic goes to the line for Denver. He makes the first. And he makes both free throws. Scores 101-86 Denver. Nikola Jokic already with 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists. And what a block from Tim Hardaway, from Peyton Watson, excuse me. The Heat are having a tough time right now. And that will end the third quarter with a score 101-86 Denver. And we are back for the fourth quarter. Score is 101-86 Denver. The Nuggets have been having their way against Miami so far in this one. Drew Smith bringing up the ball. That's a three. That's a miss. Rebound by Fontecchio to give it to Jovic. Fontecchio a three. And Simone Fontecchio knocks down the three for Miami. Here come the Nuggets now. Jamal Murray. To Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown knocks down the three in return. Nuggets are back up by 15. Hawkins now. To Keshad Johnson. Keshad Johnson misses that layup. Gives it to Tim Hardaway Jr. Jonas Valanciunas. Bruce Brown now has it. Valanciunas. And that's an easy layup. The Nuggets lead 106-89. Here come the Heat now. No foul called on the Nuggets. And that's a three from Jamal Murray. Rebound by Keshad Johnson. Here comes Fontecchio. They give it to Jovic. That's a three. And Jaime Jaquez Jr. gets the three from Miami. The Heat are down by 14 in this one. Miami is doing all that they can to keep this one alive. I mean, no Bam Adebayo injured his foot early in the first quarter. Bruce Brown misses that one. Rebound by Jovic. And here come the Heat. Keshad Johnson gives it to Fontecchio. To Jaquez. Jaquez misses the basket. Here comes Peyton Watson. Gives it to Tim Hardaway Jr. That's a three. That's a miss. Goes right back to Bruce Brown. Jamal Murray now has it. Here comes Murray. That's a three. That's a miss. Rebound by Jaquez. To Fontecchio. Corner three. Drew Smith misses it. Oh my goodness. Bruce Brown being guarded by Jovic. Sorry. Bruce Brown now has it. Gives it to Jamal Murray. That's a missed basket from Valanciunas. He was looking for the foul. Here comes Miami. Fontek. Ball is broken loose, but it was last touched by Denver. Andrew Wiggins come in the game for Miami. And Davion Mitchell will also come in the game for Miami. Miami will have it side out. That's a three on the way. That's a miss for Miami. Rebound by Tim Hardaway Jr. Here comes Bruce Brown. Gives it to Jamal Murray. Out to Bruce Brown. Back to Murray. Back to Valanciunas. To Bruce Brown. And it's stolen away by Jaquez. Here comes the Heat. Gives it to Wiggins. Wiggins gets the layup. The Heat trail by 12. Here comes Jamal Murray being guarded by Wiggins. To Davion Mitchell. Sorry. Davion Mitchell now guarding him. Hawkins now guarding Jamal Murray. That's a three. That's a miss. Rebound by Jovic. And it's stolen away by Denver. Jamal Murray now has it. Valanciunas now has it, directing traffic. And it's stolen away by Miami. Here comes Wiggins. Davion Mitchell. To Fontecchio. Fontecchio has it. And Fontecchio flies in for the layup, and Miami are within 10. And Denver will call a timeout. Score is 106-96, Denver. And we are back. Score is 106-96, Denver. The Miami Heat are starting to come back into this one with lots of defensive rebounds, causing turnovers and interceptions. But Miami needs to capitalize on offense a lot more because they've had so many opportunities, from the corner threes to missing layups. They need to get more active on offense. All right, Nikola Jokic is in the game. Davion Mitchell guarding Bruce Brown. They give it to Aaron Gordon. To Christian Brown. Tim Hardaway Jr. 3. He misses it. Rebound by Davion Mitchell. Here comes Davion. Ball's knocked loose, but it's saved by Andrew Wiggins, but he misses the basket. Here comes Bruce Brown. Gives it to Aaron Gordon. To Jokic. Christian Brown has it. To Jokic. Aaron Gordon with the uncontested dunk. And that brings the Nuggets up by 12. Drew Smith, 3, and he knocks it down. Drew Smith knocks down that was Norman Powell who knocked down the 3. and the Heat trail by 9. Norman Powell in this one with 21 points. Here comes Bruce Brown. To Jokic. That's an uncontested 3. And that's a miss. Tim Hardaway Jr. with the putback. Davion Mitchell now has it. To Norman Powell. That's a 3. That's a miss. Rebound by Aaron Gordon. Jokic, and he gets the easy basket. And that's going to call a timeout for Miami. Score is 112-99, Denver. And we are back. Score is 112-99 in favor of the Denver Nuggets. It looked like Miami's one was on the comeback trail, but then Denver brought back in Nikola Jokic, Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon, and the whole story has so far has been the Nuggets continuing their dominance. Kel'el Ware now has the ball. Gives it to Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins loses the ball, but he gets it back. Davion Mitchell to Kel'el Ware. And he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul is on Nikola Jokic. Kel'el Ware goes to the line for Miami. Makes the first. And he makes both free throws. The Heat trail by 11. Nikola Jokic brings it up. Aaron Gordon now has it. Gives it to Christian Brown, but it's knocked loose. It will be Heat ball. Now the Heat really gotta dig deep in this one. Here comes Davion Mitchell, gives it to Norman Powell, to Kel'el Ware. Kel'el Ware with a double-double of 10 points and 12 rebounds. Jaquez gets the basket, and the Heat are now trailing by 9. Here comes Jokic, gives it to Christian Braun. To Jokic, being guarded by Kel'el Ware. It's an uncontested 3 right there, and Tim Hardaway Jr. knocks it down. The Nuggets go up by 12. Here comes Jaquez. Jaquez gives it to Kel'el Ware. Corner 3, and he knocks it down. The Heat are now trailing by 9. Kel'el Ware with 13 points, 12 rebounds. Jokic. Jokic being guarded by Kel'el Ware. Swings it out to Brown. Ball is knocked loose. Here comes Christian Braun. Jokic with a 3. And he misses it. Rebound by Wiggins. Here come the Heat now. Davion Mitchell swings it out to Ware. To Norman Powell. Gets fouled. And that one's going to be on Aaron Gordon. Tim Hardaway Jr. will take a seat for Denver. Denver with 2 fouls in this quarter. Miami with 0. Here comes Norman Powell. Misses the layup. Rebound by Denver. And here comes Nikola Jokic, and he gets fouled. Jokic will go to the line for 2 free throws. Nikola Jokic to the line. He makes the first, and that gives Denver a 10-point lead. Jokic goes 1 of 2 for the line. Miami leading by 10. They don't have much time left. Gives it to Wiggins. To Kel'el Ware. Back to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell misses the layup. Here comes Bruce Brown. Gives it to Jokic. To Aaron Gordon. Bruce Brown. Back out to Jokic. And another easy layup for Nikola Jokic. Here comes Miami now. Missing that corner 3. Aaron Gordon now bringing it up the floor for Denver. Aaron Gordon misses the layup. Here comes Jaquez. Jaquez flies in, and he gets the layup. Miami trailing by 10. Here comes Jamal Murray bringing it up to the floor. Being guarded by Norman Powell. Gives it to Jokic. Christian Braun. Back to Jokic. Misses the layup. Here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. from Miami. Norman Powell now being guarded by Aaron Gordon. And that's going to be a foul on the Nuggets. So 2 free throws for Norman Powell. Four fouls on Denver, 1 on Miami in this quarter. Norman Powell at the line. He makes the first. So we now have a 9-point game. Makes both free throws, and now it's an 8-point game. Here comes Jokic. Jokic gets fouled. That will put Jokic back on the line. I'm sorry. Denver will have it side out. Now here comes Jokic. The Christian Brown uncontested dunk. And now it's a 10-point game again. Both teams have 4 fouls each. Jaquez gets the layup. Now it's an 8-point game. And it's stolen away by Miami. A 3 from Norman Powell. And that's a missed opportunity, and that's a foul on Jaime Jaquez Jr. This would have brought Miami within a 5-point game. Jamal Murray will go to the line for 2 free throws. He makes the first. And Jamal Murray makes both free throws as the Heat call timeout. Score is 122-112 with 32 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Miami will have it side out. Norman Powell has it. And he loses the ball. That one's going to be a backcourt violation on the Heat. Another costly error. give it to Aaron Gordon. And Denver are going to run the clock out on this one. And a final score, 122-112 Denver. And that will officially do it. The score is 122-112 Denver. Like I said before, whenever Miami goes up against Denver, it's always a tough task, no matter what it is. From what we saw right there, Miami made some error passes, some bad decision making on both ends of the floor, and it didn't help that the Heat lost Bam Adebayo to a foot injury early on in the game. I mean, the Heat were up by 4 points, 7 points early, but then once Denver took over, that game felt like it was going to be out of reach, and it was. I mean, Nikola Jokic was playing like effortless basketball, from his assists to rebounding, even the putbacks. I mean, I made the comparisons to guys like Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, that's how he normally plays. That's how he usually plays. But then the extra passes that hurt us, with Aaron Gordon getting a touch, Christian Brown getting several touches, Tim Hardaway Jr. knocking it down from threes. This really hurt Miami. I mean, I'm glad we had to see Kel'el Ware play. He got a double-double. But what really hindered the Heat was that they didn't have an extra big. I was hoping we get to see Vlad Golden on the lineup, but not so much. You know, I give the Heat credit for at least trying to make it a game, but the third quarter was where everything got away from them. And they had to play catch up the whole way through. So again, the Heat in Denver is always a tough task. It's always a tough test for them to go there and try to win. So now the Heat have lost 9 of their last 10 games there. 9 of their last 10. And we'll probably have to wait till next season to see the Heat attempt to beat them in Denver again. So, I mean, it's not like we have to play Denver every other game. I think we only face them twice every season. So we'll probably see them again, either next year when they come down to Miami. So again, a tough loss made even tougher by the fact that Bam got hurt early on in the game. Kel'el Ware, he did some good things, but again, he felt like he was lost out there. And Jaime Jaquez Jr. doing what he can. And of course, the Nuggets bench outscoring the Heat. That did not help either. So for the Heat, Andrew Wiggins had 22 points. Norman Powell led the way with 23 points. Davion Mitchell had 10 points. Jaime Jaquez Jr. had 21 points off the bench, and Kel'el Ware was a double-double of 13 points and 13 rebounds. And for the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon had 24 points, Christian Braun with 11 points, Jamal Murray with 14 points, Tim Hardaway Jr. with 18 points, and Nikola Jokic with a triple-double of 33 points, 15 rebounds, and 16 assists. That puts him in some rare air with the great Oscar Robertson, who back in the day, he was a triple-double magnet waiting to happen. He was making triple-doubles all of his career. So Nikola Jokic in rare air with the great Oscar Robertson, the Big O. The next time we see the Miami Heat, they return back home for NBA Cup play. Yes, the Miami Heat will return home for a Friday game as part of the NBA Cup as they take on the Charlotte Hornets. That game starts Friday at 8 o'clock, and you can watch that on FanDuel Sports Network Sun. Again, Heat Hornets, Friday at 8 on FanDuel Sports Network Sun. Once again, final score 122-112. Tough loss for Miami in the Mile High City. I want to thank each and every one of you for staying up late and watching, or rather listening to my live stream, play-by-play commentary. And hope to see you guys for Friday's game against the Hornets. I'm Deron Butler, reminding you to always run through the paint. Thank you guys, love you, take care, and as always, go Heat.